everyone, thanks for joining. This is Kerry with GardenMess. I garden in Zone 8B in Northwest Louisiana, and I want to invite you to join me today as I work in my yard. I have a lot to do. I have a confession to make. I am addicted to planting plants and flowers in my yard. It doesn't matter if it'll thrive here or not. I will still buy it and bring it home. But I will say this, my yard is filled with a lot of plants, a lot of different varieties and specimens, and not all of them are going to do well. But the thing is I want to see that for myself. So I do plant them still, and I will try to baby them. And if I don't like where they're at, then I will move them and transplant them somewhere else. Okay, we are now in the southwest side of my home. This is where I have interplanted some lettuces, some mustards, cilantro, and things like that during the cold season, but now they're bolting. They don't look as good as they were. I did let them go to flower to collect the seeds, and so I will save the seeds and toss the rest into the compost pile. I do have my bag here to collect all my cuttings and everything to put into the compost. I have my hat because I don't really care for the wind blowing the hair into my face. It is very distracting. I do usually put my hair up in a ponytail, and I always wear a hat as much as possible when I'm working in the yard, just because our sun, it's very strong here. So I will be putting that on, but it does block my eyes. You can't see me very well, and so while I'm explaining things, I decided not to wear it. Anyway, so I'm going to start doing that right now, collecting my seeds, heads, and pulling out the plants. So the sun has come out a little bit more, so it is a little brighter than I had wanted. But I'm going to go ahead and start lopping off these bigger branches. Red romaine leaf lettuce. That's what that was. Put that in my pocket. It was a very good performer. Be careful not to step on my dahlias. That right there is a hardy hibiscus. The leaves do turn, I like a purplish color. Let's go in there real quick. And then I have a Rose of Sharon growing here, and I forgot what color it was. The freeze killed it back to the roots, and it's come back, but I have no idea. I think it's like a blue chiffon, but I'm not 100% certain. This blooms those big dinner plate, but it is white with a red interior. So this is where I am going to start planting into. And I have a foxglove that I'm going to put into the ground. And I believe that I'm going to put it, because it's not going to live very long here, so I believe I'm going to put it right behind the dahlias, right in front of that water spigot, like not touching it, but in front of it. Probably, actually I might move this pot and move it somewhere else and then plant it right there, because it would get morning sun, because the east is right there, so it gets hit by the morning. And then of course the south is here, and so it'll get all the south sun, and then of course the west sun. So I think that it will do well with that full sun location. And I don't think it's going to get much taller than what it probably already is right now. Sorry for the choo-choo train. Well, let's just say that I thought I was filming and it was not filming. And so I had explained that the hollyhock showed that it was a part sun instead of full sun. And this is all day sun right here. And so I decided, well, let me go find something else that I have that'll go full sun that will be pretty much the same height. This is Fireworks, Pentasetum, Fireworks, Fountain Grass, Pentasetum. And it is a full sun loving grass. It has beautiful plumes that I cut and put in floral arrangements during the fall season. It is very closely colored to my hardy hibiscus back here. However, this is an annual and it won't last. And I think that it'll make a nice backdrop when those dahlias do bloom. Anyway, and then I'm going to put the hollyhock in the front yard where it does get part sun, part shade. And then I brought out some other things to plant. I have here, let me show you real quick. I have my little water bottle for my worms that I find. But I have this Agastachy Paquito lavender. I have a Paquito orange in the front flower bed, but this is a lavender color. And I mean, if you can tell, I like this shade a lot. And it's a full sun perennial. It gets about 24 inches tall. This will probably get about 3 to 4 feet tall and wide. And so and then these get about 3 feet tall. Well, the dahlias, they get about, let's see, I think they get, well, I can't read upside down. Oh, these get 36 inches tall as well. So that'll be this will be a good backdrop for them. And then, of course, I'll be cutting some of the flowers off too. And so this will make a good backdrop. So this will go in front of them, probably right here, right in front. So I'm going to go ahead and start doing that. But I have one other plant I want to show you that I'm going to put in here. And this is a euphorbia. This one is Ascot Rainbow Euphorbia, and it's a full sun loving plant. I had this once before over here. I don't know what happened to it. I think the freeze killed it. And then when it killed it, it just literally disappeared from the landscape. I didn't pull it up or anything. It gets about 24 inches tall, just like the Paquito lavender right there. And so it'll also go, and I think one of these is yellow. Let's see, which one is it? Nope, not that one. Is it this one? That one might be it. Oh no, that one's yellow. So I'll probably put this one over here in front of this one because this will be lavender-ish colored, this one and that one. So I'll probably put this right about here, and that'll complement the lavender. And then this one I'll put in front of this yellow dahlia, and I'll put that one there. I don't know if you can see that. I'll move the camera back if you can't. And then I have this Amsonia storm cloud. It's a full sun, part sun plant, but it does go to zone 9. And so I always figure if it goes zone 9, which is a zone higher than mine, that it probably can handle more sun. And so I will probably plant this here. I'm still considering it. It is blue. And so I'm not sure yet. The blue may not be the right color to go with these. So I might put this somewhere else. So this is a if. All right, wasp, go away. Here, let me put it I don't want it in too much sun. Okay, so let me make sure that I am in view and then I'll get these planted. This little trio together, I didn't mean to do this. They're still in their pots. But this is an annual hibiscus. And it's sitting right next to this very pretty, hold on, let me tell you what it is before I get all. It's an Iberis mermaid lavender. Just tuck that back up. Aren't those pretty together? And then, wow, and then you have the buddleia, the butterfly bush, and this one is a proven winners variety, Miss Violet. Where can I put them where they're all three will do good together? The buddleia gets 4 to 5 feet tall, I believe. Let's see real quick. Let me open that up. Yeah, 4 to 5 feet tall. And then this gets at least 3 to 4 feet tall. I'm fairly certain that this hibiscus will get 3 to 4 feet tall this season. Now this stays a little small, but that's okay. But it's the two, it's the hibiscus and the buddleia. Where in my yard do I have enough space for those? What to do, what to do, what to do. I would put it here, but I already have a buddleia right there. And I think that's like a little chip or it's a dwarf variety. It's not blooming yet, kind of like the one in the front yard. And then I have Japanese maple right there, looking good. It likes its space. It does get enough shade. I have another one that turned crispy. I'm not sure why, because it really doesn't get a lot of sun. So I'm not sure why it's all crispy. And then I have a sweet olive, sweet osmanthus. It's just I think it's just the regular variety. I'm going to train it into a tree, so it won't be bushy as much as it will. It'll be limbed up as it gets taller into a tree form. At that point, I could put something underneath it, and then I have a boxwood that I've limbed up, and might just keep that little topiary shape. And then I have another boxwood, which I haven't done anything with it yet because I'm still trying to decide if I'm going to remove it and put something else there. And then I have some clematis up there. That kitty cat pail has water in it, and it's too heavy for me to move. So I'm using it to water my plants with the rainwater, and then I'll move it. This is the, let's see, that's a double play doozy spirea. And sometimes the little stems, they root when they touch the ground, and they'll root. And then I just snip them off, put them in a little container, and spread them around the yard. Or I give them away. Yep, they're pretty. Could put that yellow rose over here. It would make a pretty spot for it. I've got to find a spot for these all together because I just think they're perfect. See how the leaves are like a bluish green color and how pretty they are with this Iberis flower? And then you have the bright glossy bold green leaves, and you have these little needle-like dainty leaves. It's just so pretty. Let me see what variety this is, if it has a color. It was at my local grocery store. So it says Hollywood hibiscus. I guess I should look that up and see more about it. I just think it's so pretty. It's like a coral pink color. Makes you want to just stare at it all day. There's little yellow dots. I can't tell if that's just the part of the petal or if it's something else. And let me tell you, there are like blue colors in that purple. Can you see that? Some are like vibrant purple and then some are blue. And they smell so good, like right now. I'm like really enjoying just sitting here in the shade with them. Maybe I'll just plant them both here. Why not? What else is growing here? Let's see. I can move the amaryllis. And I have another, I think that's a polka dot plant coming back from that freeze, from the base. Glad I didn't yank that one out of the ground, and I have another one over here somewhere. Where'd it go? No, I've forgotten. I know there's a second one though. Oh, there it is. It's hard, they're hard to see. Yeah, see? It's coming back. Now, maybe it's not coming back from the root. Maybe it's self-seeded. No, this one looks like, see, the stem is green. So no, I think it's coming back from the roots. But I could remove those. I mean, yeah, why not? And I'm sure this sedum wouldn't mind giving up its spot. And then I planted some wild, I think this is coreopsis, the thread leaf or needle leaf coreopsis. I think this is a wildflower around here. And I found it in the yard and I moved it over here. And this is a lavender. It is a denim and lace Russian sage. Not lavender. Denim and lace Russian sage. And it survived the freeze. It likes its little spot right here. It's never shown any sign of chlorosis or being waterlogged or any suffering. It looks clean and healthy. They're so pretty. Just love their little leaf structure. Let me see if I can, I doubt I can get in there without showing my shadow. Maybe if I just fully shadow it. Isn't that pretty? Such fine texture. Almost reminds me of the leaves of a yarrow plant, except not as long. But that fine tooth leaf. You know, lavender's hard to grow here in our area because of the rain level and the clay soil. So it usually, if it doesn't drown, then it gets like mildew or something on it. And then I have these amaryllis that they're like an orangish red color. And I need to find someone who's willing to trade with me. I'll give them these nice bright ones and they can let me have maybe their more softer, cooler toned white would be awesome. It would go really good, but you see I've got a lot of them, and then I've got some outside my gate too. I'm having a stilby here. The sun is really bright right now. And it's got pretty leaves too. Let me see if I can block that sun. Yeah. See how pretty those leaves are? Even the stems are pretty.